Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to give you an update. The 7 a.m. update came out from the National Hurricane Center just a little bit ago, and I want to give you the latest on the thinking with Tropical Storm Nicholas. A lot of you, if you've been outside, dropped the kids off at school, walk the dog, you know that it's already raining out there. So this is really just very light showers for the most part early this morning. I do think we're going to see the rain pick up as we head through the day today. But let's get you the particulars and then we'll kind of break it down kind of time period by time period. So the big change from last night to this morning is that the National Hurricane Center determined that center of circulation of Nicholas was much further to the north than they originally thought. And what that means practically is that the timeline for everything is speeding up much quicker. It means a quicker landfall along the South Texas coast. It means arrival of some of those heavier winds and rain for our area gets sped up a little bit. So the latest on Nicholas is that it is sitting about 40 miles southeast of out of the mouth of the Rio Grande River. It's about 210 miles to the south of Port O'Connor. So that kind of gives you an idea of where we are with relativity to our area. The maximum sustained winds have gone up. We're now at 60-mile-an-hour winds. The pressure has dropped just the tiniest bit from last night. We're down to just 1,001 millibars. No changes with any of the warnings out there or the watches. Everything that was in effect, still in effect. So much of our area, flash flood watches. We've got some hurricane watches, some tropical storm warnings across our area. Let's talk about what this means for you folks first along the coast. So you're going to already start to see higher seas and waves. You're going to see storm surge 2 to 4 feet generally across the Galveston area. That is as the storm kind of winds up, and depending on where you are in your location, depending on the high tide as the storm comes in, will really help determine that. But that coastal flooding from that inundation of that storm surge is certainly going to be likely. As we look along the coast as well, you're going to have to deal with probably close to Category 1 hurricane winds, so gusts closer to that 75-mile-an-hour range. This is nothing that for most of you certainly couldn't handle. It's just something to kind of keep in mind. The wind is not something we've talked about a ton because the wind is not our biggest concern. It's really the rain. Now, as far as rainfall goes, we are expecting to see anywhere from about 6 to 18 inches of rain. We may see some spots over 20 inches of rain. The really difficult part with a storm like this, or frankly any kind of slow moving tropical storm, is that we don't know exactly who's going to get that 15, that 20, maybe more inches of rain. So the thing to think about is no matter where you are in Southeast Texas, if you're right in the heart of Houston, or you're up in the Woodlands, or maybe you're out towards Katy, maybe you're all the way out closer to Beaumont, or certainly down along the coast, you live down in Sargent or Port O'Connor, High Island, Galveston, any one of those locations and anything in between, and certainly all around, has the same potential as somebody else at this point to pick up that heavy bit of rain. And what we know about these tropical systems is that it's not like they just like a front where they just come on through. They move very slowly and they have these bands of rain that spin around them. And so what you often get is trainings where you get one storm system kind of sitting over a spot, but you also get spots that get hit several times. Even if the storm's moving, you have one band of rain that dumps maybe several inches an hour in a location, and then you get another one that does just the same thing. In a very short period of time, you've picked up quite a bit of rain, and that leads to flash flooding. So the advice to everybody today is that you need to be prepared starting tonight to kind of be in place for the next 24, 36 hours at a minimum until this thing kind of moves on out. The good news with each model run that we've had since about 10 o'clock last night is that the storm is moving. There aren't really any big computer models that are holding it right on top of us. That was the big concern over the weekend. Now it looks like everything's got it moving. That's certainly great news. So here's a quick timeline for you. So today, scattered showers and storms. Some of you are going to see some periods of heavy rain. It shouldn't be so much that you can't take care of what you need to. I know school districts, some of them are closed, some of them have early pickup. Right now, Houston ISD still has their kids in school. So at this point, we're not anticipating that people can't kind of get about their normal day, just like they would on any other kind of heavy rain day. I would say by this evening, you need to be where you're going to be. So get home from work, pick the kids up from school, all that kind of good stuff, and then plan to be wherever it is you're going to be. Because once we get to tonight, the winds are going to move in. That's when the heavy rain starts. And really throughout the day tomorrow, I wouldn't plan on going anywhere. Lots of heavy rain across the area. I do anticipate we'll see at least localized flooding on the streets at a minimum. And this may last certainly into Wednesday as well. I hope you guys stay safe today. Good luck with all of your prep. I know there's always so much to do whenever we've got a tropical system like this headed our way. And make sure that if you have questions, post them for me on social media. I'd be happy to answer them. And we'll try to get in a Facebook Live or Instagram Live or maybe a Twitter Live, maybe all three later today. But have a great day, everybody, and good luck with all the preps.